you are with someone, and you think that that person is going to behave in a manner which is negative, and you keep on thinking, and that behavior does happen, that person really starts behaving negatively. Has it ever happened to you?
Yeah, we have discussed about it in Pygmalion effect. It's a kind of self fulfilling prophecy, and it's like if you believe that you can, then you can. If you believe you can't, both ways you are right. So it's totally our mindset. And if we suppose tomorrow I get up and I feel that today this day is going to be terrible, and our behavior attitude starts focusing on proving that statement, and that is called self-prophecy. Prophecy means like a prediction.
Yeah.
Prediction. We predict things and we try to make it true. That is called self-prophecy. It can be used in a negative and positive sense, both ways. And the psychology, it is a psychological effect. If we can say that it's the psychology work like this. And I have one story about this. I just read self-fulfilling prophecy. There was a Greek person name I'm forgetting. He was his father got to know some fortune teller had told him, his father, that this person will kill you. This son will kill you. So that father, thinking that that those days they all believe those fortune tellers things. So he was very become cautious and sent that son to somewhere else. And that son got adopted by some foster parents, and somehow some fortune teller also, when that person grew up, some fortune teller told him that you are going to kill your person, and that person did not know that the parents who were that bringing up was his foster parents. He believed that it is his own parent because nobody told him that this is not your real parent. So when the fortune teller told him that you are going to kill your mother, kill your father, and will marry your widow mother, he was really shocked and really he was very worried. And then he left that home because he thought it might come true. So that's why to prove that person wrong, he just leave the house of foster parents. What happened in the way, he was wandering somewhere, in the way he met with a stranger. And the stranger, he misbehaved and had a fight with that stranger, and somehow he killed that stranger. And that stranger with his family, with his wife, and that fellow got married with that widow of that stranger. And the stranger then happened to be his real father. And somehow this is a self-fulfilling prophecy. That is an example. It's a very classic example. It's like a story, kind of mythological story. So this happened. Somehow from fortune teller has told that person that you are going to be killed by your son. That really happened. And the same thing, the son was also some person told him that you are going to kill your father and you are going to get married with your widowed mother, and that happened. So that is how we try to prove our prophecy, whatever we predict ourselves. If we tell, and it happens with us also. Sometimes we get up and think that, oh no, that shop might be closed. And when you go to that shop, you will find that shop is really closed. So it's something, we are really a fortune teller for our life. And we are writing our story on daily basis. So if we want to write our story, do we want to write a story which is not negative? No. We want to write our story in a positive manner. And that is why we have to keep our story very positive. We have to keep our story interesting. So whatever we think about ourselves, whatever, suppose I'm going to, I'm just giving you a live experience of the 15th August. I had to give a speech. I was quite sure that I'm going to give a fabulous speech because I have been to Toastmasters. I have been doing Toastmasters. I have trained to myself mentally. We are doing podcasts. And nothing gonna interfere. That I won't go wrong. And then Rehan also somehow seconded my thought that no, Daddy, you have been to Toastmaster, you are doing better than others, and others might not know that you have some level up to others. That of course gave boost to my confidence. And then I recorded 1 or 2 videos. Just this like extempore thing, and I really did well, to my satisfaction. And that is self-profile. If I would have thought that, I might do some mistake because it's a new place, it's all the people who start judging me based on my English, based on how I speak, and that did not happen. So that is called self-prophecy, fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, do you have examples?
Yeah, I do have examples, and that was really an interesting story. The astrologer one on prophecy, that was really interesting. My story, I first realized about self-fulfilling prophecy when I was talking to a psychologist, and he mentioned that Amit, you have this tendency of self-fulfilling prophecy, and he sent me these articles to read, and then I realized that really I'm really into self-fulfilling prophecy. I'll give an example. When I first joined IIC as a researcher, I used to think that my professor will know that I am not competent enough, I am not good at communication or at anything. So because I used to think like that, because I'm not good at my work, I started behaving like that. I started ignoring my boss, not going up to him and talking him as a person or connecting with him. And that indeed fulfilled this cycle. Because I was not communicating with him, I became bad at communication. That is one example. Another example is in college we often think that we don't have good personality, we are inferior to others. When we say this thing to ourselves, we start behaving like that we are not good enough. And once we behave like that, we project ourselves as that we are not good enough. And that is another example of self-fulfilling prophecy. If we think around, self-fulfilling prophecy is nothing but the things that you say to yourself which you don't know to be true. And in most cases, the things that we say to ourselves are really a false statement. Because think about it, will you say to your friend that you are a bad communicator and don't talk to your professor because you are inferior? You will never say this to your friends. Or you will never say this to your friend that you are not good enough, your personality is poor, you are really dumb. You won't say that. Then why say such thing to ourselves? And when we say such things to ourselves, we tend to behave in a manner which fulfills that prophecy, and hence the name self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, right.
That is one thing. And to encounter that, to overcome that, things that we keep on saying to ourselves, or the self-fulfilling prophecy, I have realized that the first thing that comes to overcome that is to acknowledge that we are saying that the things that may not be true about ourselves. Most of us, I'm not sure about you because you tend to be really confident guy, but most of the person whom I meet, like most of the person who don't feel so confident being them, they most of the time say very mean things to themselves, and when they say mean things to themselves, they start behaving that way. And to overcome that is to first believe that the statements that you are saying to yourself may not be true, ask yourself for the proofs that the sentence implies, and stop selling yourself short in a sentence, if I have to say that. That is the antidote of self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, Nick. We all encounter this, and the fundamental aspect of self-fulfilling prophecy is that our mind cannot differentiate between negative and positive thoughts in the statement. Our mind is we stamp it as a negative and a positive. So whatever any statement we tell to ourselves, our mind think that it's true, because true and false thing is a human thing created. And once we think about any statement, our minds try to convince you, I try to gather data, try to go deep down to our subconscious mind to dig out the relevant information about that. And what happens in that processing, our subconscious might try hard to make you focus on that thing only. Suppose some things I imagine negative, that I am going to really make to an extent. Okay, I have told it. My mind start digging deep into my subconscious mind and start focusing on the incidents, when I did wrong, and then when you focus on those things, what will happen? You may not meet accident, but you will really witness an accident somehow, something. And whole astrology, whole religion is based on this self-fulfilling prophecy. Some gurus comes to me and tells me this fellow is going to met it with an accident. Suppose. What happens? Our parents start protecting us. They start telling us, no, you cannot go there, you cannot go that side. It's like really very dangerous out there. And that has happened with Gautam Buddha. You know the story of Gautam Buddha. He was really a royal, belonged to royal family. And some guru has predicted that he's going to leave this kingdom, leave this whole earthly world, and because fearing that his father kept him inside the room, locked room. They did not let him go to see the outside world. But what happened? Because of self-fulfilling prophecy happened, and Gautam Buddha just left them and then and really leave behind every worldly thing. And if that fellow, that guru and that astrologer would not have predicted, I don't think King could have, I don't think King had been kept him inside his mahal or whatever things, palace. And then that way Buddha may not become Buddha that we all hear. And I belong to a Pandit family where the astrology is like a passion or something. The pursuit. My father also knows some bit of that handwriting, palmistry. And I was really fascinated when I was after +2. I was really into it. I also started thinking what this line is. I used to ask my father that what is this line? Can I see this? He told me no, this is not very straight. You might not do well. Something like that. But of course, no parents tell their kids these things. My father was also not telling anything because of self-prophecy thing. He thought that if I tell anything bad, he will start ruminating about the bad thing. If I will tell anything good, he will think, it is going to happen. So I don't have to try. So generally, the astrologer, you don't see that they will tell anything to their immediate and close relative, because they believe in self-prophecy and that kind of something. Like Guru, some in that all the serials and the Mahabharata, Ramayana, that sometimes one sand gives you curse, and then it's going to be true. It's like that. People will afraid of curse. People will really after the blessings of those sands. What was that? Whatever sands they used to tell, that was going to like line in the written in that iron which cannot be changed, and that what is all these are self-prophecy. These are, I think, it's mythology. It's based on all self-fulfilling prophecy. When somebody tells me that Manish, you are going to do well, and this person see his forehead is just sparkling, really will rule this world, rule this whatever state, or he's really go up in the career. In the childhood, you will remember this statement, and you will try to do something, find some way to become like that. And same thing happens when somebody tells me that this person is no, he's not worthy of anything. He's going to be a teacher or some kind of, he may not, maybe turn out to be thug. And then what happens when you stamp that, you feel that, even if I try, I will remain that kind of person, cheater. And somehow you don't work hard, and somehow something you start doing, and then you turn up to be that thug or whatever. That is selfish. So whatever we tell our mind does not differentiate. They will do everything, because we know that I always believe that we are part of a super power. It's universal. We have the same force, whatever force running this universe. Like a drop of water, if we take drop out of the ocean, all the characteristics, all that power is the same, even in a particular drop. So we are drop in the ocean. We have all the power, all the potential of the universe. So all the universe is so balanced, is working. So those same potentials I have. So when you tell me, when I will think, or I will start believing that I can do anything possible. That universal dot or potential I have, those power, they will converse with the whole universe, and they will try to make that those things real. That prophecy, that things I declare to myself. I tell to myself that, see, Manish, you are going to be a great public speaker. The day, the moment I wake up, if I keep telling. So if I do, that is called self-affirmation. We all the guru, spiritual leaders tell that do self-affirmation. Self-affirmation is also a corollary to that self-fulfilling prophecy. When we keep telling to our mind that you are going to, like Amit is going to get PhD admission in wherever applying. If I keep telling, you keep telling to you, definitely going to succeed. If people start telling you that your brother, no, you can, you may not do. But if their power, their will, their belief system is more powerful than you, that they are going to do. But if your belief system, your belief in yourself is more powerful than your brother's belief system, you are definitely going to win. Because it's a struggle, and it's the conflict of all those power, because he also have the same power, you also have the same power, I also have the same power. It depends on the conviction, and whether you are doing it only in the mind or whether you are taking action towards that. If both are in sync, suppose you are taking action and it's your belief, you have to believe in yourself that no, in past I have done lots of things and I am doing that. I am going to Toastmasters, I am applying, I am doing everything possible thing to and I will definitely get enrolled in maybe the top 10 PhD of this world, and definitely going to fulfill. That is what. And even if suppose your belief system is weaker than your brother, and brother tells you, oh, you knew that your age is 30, about 30, it's the time to get job, and people will reject you, and then whatever things he may think and tell you, if your conviction is weaker, he will win. So that is also a thing. It's not that my only belief. My belief should be so strong that other person's beliefs should not affect that. That should not come in the periphery also. So that conviction and that belief system we have to make it strong. And that can only be made strong when we take action along with thinking. It's not that I only think. Belief means you live with that statement. when you are living with that statement, nobody is going to take that statement from you. If you think that you can, you can. If you think that you can't, you can't. And either way, you are right.
I really love the way you talked about this belief system, because there is very vague line between wishful thinking and having belief, and you
Yeah.
rightly mentioned about putting in effort and seeing the progress, and once you see the progress, your belief system strengthens and you put in more effort, and as a result of this spiral of effort progress and effort progress, you tend to achieve goal, people tend to achieve goal. That is what is proper belief, I would say, or kind of self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. Your belief becomes solidified.
Yeah, cemented. So the other thing that we were discussing were the astrologers and gurus who take advantage of this thing. If someone says in the morning, you know what, Amit, today something very nice will happen, and then you start noticing the nice thing in the day, and you certainly will notice something nice, and tomorrow they can say, see, I told you, nice things are going to happen. Similarly, they can say, you know, bad thing will happen, and you might notice. It's very easy for the mind to notice bad thing, and you become very much convinced that these things really work. Astrologers are really can really read their future, but the truth is no one can read the future. So yeah, Manish, before we end our podcast, would you like to add something?
Yeah, just one thought came in my mind that like your mother also, and here my wife Nisha, they keep telling me this is Saturday, you should not cut your nail.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
And this is Tuesday. You should not wear new clothes. This is Thursday. All days they have something. They have something. And if you do, they have thinking that something bad might happen, because this is also one kind of self-fulfilling. Something might happen to make them true, to make their belief system. If they are really believe, and they really believe, because since she was doing it since I think she had get memory from childhood. She used to see maybe her mothers doing the same thing. So it's kind of cemented in her belief system. So if I do certain things out of against her belief system, or against you must do some certain things against your mother's belief system. There is no wrong. There is nothing wrong doing that. But somehow they have some kind of thinking that something wrong might happen. And if they start thinking, something will definitely happen.
Yeah.
It might be coincidence, but to make their belief system cemented, it will happen. Something, my shirt might get torn or something. It's like something might happen. That day might not be as good as it should have been. So these things happens, and we think that these are the thing. It's called like a release, connect with the religion, and there is a gap. This is called gap. Is that when you have knowledge about something, and when you are practically know, and it's you know logic all behind this thing. When you know this, that these are self-fulfilling prophecy, because this is knowledge, and when we correlate with our day-to-day tendency, then your the kind of belief system you have been keeping with those belief systems will slowly and gradually fade away. And then new things, but you have to believe some new kind of things. So those things happens. You have to keep updating your belief system. It's not that whatever we are believing today might not be correct tomorrow. So we have to work, or we have to learn. We have to unlearn also. But that is how I feel that self-fulfilling prophecy work. We have to keep testing our belief system always.
So yeah, I'm making some progress on that frontier. I do the things which my mom tells not to do, like cutting nails on Tuesday, maybe, I don't know. But I do that in front of her, and I think slowly and I'm making progress.
She will understand. She'll understand that these are the things which is like it's a mere false something. I don't know what it is called, but something it's called. It's not really assumption.
Yeah, superstitious belief.
Yeah, so superstition. Superstitions, yeah, it's a kind of it's connected with self-prophecy also. Someone might have in the past, suppose the forefathers might have gone through such thing. Particular day, something might wrong must have happened.
There's a
Even
story. So there was this Pandit family, priest. It was in like 1900s, and whenever that priest used to have dinner, a cat would come and he would start drinking the milk of people's utensils. So to do that, the priest will tie the cat to a pole near to the table, so that the cat will not come and eat the food. So it went on happening, yeah, like 10 years. Their kid became, they grew up, they became adult and everything. The father died, but the kid, they would bring cat from somewhere else. They will tie it to the dining table and then have breakfast. So this is how superstitious belief works.
yeah, I mean, I have one story about that self-fulfilling prophecy. I was reading on that YouTube. I got stumbled upon one story. It's called Tortoise Picnic, family picnic.
Yeah.
There was one family of tortoise, father, mother, and a very young kid. And tortoise is, you all know, that is famous for his slowness. They are really lazy and sloth kind of creature. So they had planned to go for picnic. So planning itself took 2 or 3 years, and they planned everything, all the stuffs they gathered and start going for picnic. Again, going for the spot also took 2 or 3 years. And then when they got a particular spot, and then all the father, mother, and that small kid, tortoise, when they sat, they found everything is there, every arrangement, but salt is not there. Salt was missing. No, without salt, all the picnic, the joy of picnic taste will be like it's like still there's nothing, no taste. So then they thought, who will go and get the salt? And because we all are slow, and out of the three of us, this baby tortoise is a little faster. He can get that salt little easier, but that little tortoise was like, no, I completely, I believe that even if I go out and get the salt, I am 100% sure when I come back, you all have eaten the dinner. You all have eaten the food. So it's no use, I won't go. But no, I promise, whenever, unless you come with the salt, we won't touch the food. Okay, convinced with that, both of that with the baby tortoise started searching for it took 1 year, 2 years, that baby tortoise didn't come. And it was 3 years. The father, mother food was like that, and they were thought, now it's been 3 years. He hasn't returned. But no, I think we should have food without salt only. He won't return. It was true that he is slow, but the moment then they thought, no, let's start eating food. The moment they start, the little tortoise jump from the woods, come front of. Yes, see, I had told you, you will eat the food when I come to the salt. Happened. And he was just hiding behind the bush to make that thing, make his statement true. So that's the self-prophecy, self-fulfilling prophecy.
That was funny story. In fact, this podcast was interesting because we told around 3 stories.
Yeah.
So with that, we are signing off. See you in our next podcast.